Right, we continue with the Sunday edition of Morning Live. The University of Johannesburg UJ Choir stands as a testament to 5 decades of extraordinary music making, embodying a rich heritage of South African history, culture, and identity at large. Since its inception, the choir has evolved into a musical beacon that not only celebrates the diverse heritage of the nation, but also reflects its struggles and its aspirations. Over the years, the UJ Choir has really cultivated an impressive repertoire that spans various genres, from traditional African music to contemporary choral works. And so this morning, for more, we are joined by acting UJ Choir Master Sizwe Mondlane and UJ Choir member Kamohelo Lebakeng. Good morning to the both of you. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Thank you for having us.
Bright and early. I hope your vocal cords are also warmed up. You have to, standard procedure. Guys, congrats on this feat. 50 years, 5 decades. I mean, it's a phenomenal feat. It spans well over our 30 years of democracy as well. Talk to us about that evolution and what you've witnessed perhaps as you joined individually.
I'm actually one of the longest standing members. Before I became the acting senior choir master, I was in the choir for about 10 years.
Sure.
And I studied accounting at the university. So now to have this legacy that has been built for so many years is such an honor to actually, there's a publication that's going to be released that speaks on the history of the choir. And when we were doing the research, I got to learn so much about how the choir has evolved since 1974 in its inception, which was 6 years actually after Ra was founded.
Wow.
So it's actually such a mind-blowing thing to be part of such a beautiful, beautiful legacy.
You called it Rao, but I mean most people would have not known that UJ was formerly known as Lao. Lebang, you talk to us about your experience upon joining and then witnessing that evolution as well.
Yeah, so I've been in the choir for 6 years now.
Oh, wow.
And being in the choir over these 6 years, I've seen the change as well in the music, you know. We have grown exceptionally from 2018 all the way to currently now. So I've really seen that change and the diversity as well of different cultures, you know, as well.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I actually want to delve into that. South Africa experienced societal shifts as well.
Yeah.
How would the choir have also reflected that over the years? The struggles, but also the liberation at large?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because when the choir started, it actually was a predominantly European choir, white choir.
Yeah, white choir,
And then as time went, it actually started evolving with it. But the nice thing is that the musical standard and the culture stayed the same. So we brought in different aspects of it, but coming from different worlds. And I think that's what's so special about this, is that we reunite with alumni members to celebrate this. So we have people from 1974 coming to join us on stage.
Yes.
So you have people who were born in the 2000s singing with people who were actually in varsity in 1974. So it's going to be so special.
It's that universal language of music that everyone speaks and understands.
Yeah, surpassing all race, language and all these
constructs,
things.
etc.
Absolutely.
How do you then go about to select what is going to be performed? I mean, you're mentioning there's local and global repertoires as well. I mean, no pressure, but what goes into that?
So I'd like to say that most choirs are subject to the conductor's taste or their palate and how far they know the music. So it is up to a conductor to actually do enough research so that they can give the choir things that can match their skill set, as well as perform excellence, like artistically excellent. So you actually have to just broaden up your palette.
But how do you do that? How do you expand yourself? There's so much out there.
Well, when you study music, you go a lot into music history and Western choral art. And then they teach you about different composers and different styles and different approaches. And then you actually research on that. You start listening to different choirs and how they approach that and how they do that. And that kind of builds your palette, and then you can suggest pieces as it goes, and then the choir sings that.
So embracing our rich heritage and diversity, I mean, what would have interested your palette or sparked your palette, and then what can people expect then going forward?
Well, I always think this is to my detriment, but I love everything that just goes straight to the soul. That just speaks to the soul. Because it's like if you have a message, if you don't have a message, let's not do anything. What are we trying to say with this? So for me, whenever we have a message, whether it's a message of hope or a story to tell or just some comfort to bring, I love that type of music. So I bring that forth, whether it's from African heritage music, which was actually one of the albums we released earlier this year called Echoes of Heritage. And in this album, we tell stories of indigenous Africa. And it was such an important message to relate to the world. So I really think when you have a message, that's my purpose. Then I'll say it.
Kamohelo, what about you? I mean, how are you healed through this process? And then also, if you're going to look at like a memorable event or performance, what stands out for you?
Like you said, Echoes of Heritage. That was such a brilliant production, and being part of it was just exceptional for me. Honestly, the music, the diversity, learning also as a chorister, as just a singer.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about the history, but after that, I now know I'm informed of the history.
You work with many people. I mean, we're looking at the pictures. I told you, walking past, there was a lot of people waiting to and having warmed up their vocal cords. That's about community engagement as well. You become a unit, a team. You learn from each other, the challenges as well. Talk to us about the strength of character that's also built through this unity.
The choir is such a beautiful space, and I wish people who didn't even sing could be exposed to such a space. Because it teaches you discipline, it teaches you skills that you cannot get normally just from your day-to-day life. But you become part of a team. You get to know that if we say at this time, you're there at that time. And we don't play. Kamu is actually my right hand. He helps me with that.
Oh, wow,
if I said people must be there for sound check at this time and they're not there, it's going to be hell. Yeah. So it teaches you discipline. It teaches you just to be part of a team. And for me, those type of skills are really, really important. And I think people should literally, try to be part of such a society or an extracurricular activity like that. So yeah, it has definitely normal people that wouldn't have met under any circumstance. Because you get to the university, you study something, and you're done.
No,
but now you have something else. Lifelong friendships are taken away from
and to give back, not just take.
Absolutely.
Imparting as well. I need to wrap up. Performances, where can we expect you guys? What's happening at Heritage Month?
So this Friday and Saturday, the 13th of September and the 14th, is our 50th celebration. We're celebrating this big thing. And we'll be joined by many alumni on stage to celebrate this concert at the University of Johannesburg at the APK campus.
Okay, so awesome. Thank you to the both of you for joining us. I know it's not goodbye. We'll see you in just a moment, but a little teaser of what you can expect. Acting UJ Choir Master Sizwe Mondlane and UJ Choir member Kamohelo Lebakeng joining us this morning, chatting about UJ's choir 5 decades of performance.